Hey guys, it's Beledine from League of Souls, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new dragon, Ember, that has just been released in the game. And I was credited with Ember and all of his evolution stones, and I've stacked a bunch of XP on him, but as of right now, I haven't leveled him past his red tier. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to look at him versus other dragons in each tier. So we're going to start with him in his red tier and see how he fares, and then keep moving on. So let's take him for a spin. I do want to thank Pixel and PG for having credited me with all of his stones. This makes this video possible. Okay, so right now my Ember is at level 6, which is right before he evolves to the next tier. Now obviously for me, I've done a bunch of research and I start out with 4 rage bars, so that makes it easier for me. But in and of itself, Death Gaze is a really powerful tool because it's only 1 rage bar, and no matter what you do, it actually just kills a tower. So compared to some of the other dragons in red tier, Ember is actually pretty powerful. I'm doing pretty well because I start with a bunch of rage. So far Ember hasn't had any problems taking these towers out. He's barely been hit. We've got a red mage tower that does complicate things. Ember has no resists at this level, so when you compare him to somebody like Hexed or maybe Frigg, who have archer resists, they may be able to take a little bit more of a hit than Ember does. But so far I'm not really noticing... Oh, now I'm in a little bit of trouble. So, he went through that base fairly easily. Let's look at some of the other red tier dragons and see what kind of spells they have. Like Frigg, for example, he's got Chain Lightning, which I love, and Frigg is one of my favorite red tier dragons, but Chain Lightning is 2 rage bars, whereas Death Gaze is just 1. Hexed, obviously, another one of my favorites. He's got Havoc, however, which is 3 whole rage bars. So if you're starting out and you haven't done a lot of research yet, and you only start with 1 or 2 bars of rage going into a fight, Hexed is not probably going to be the better choice to lead. You might want to lead with someone like Ember, who has that 1 rage bar spell, Death Gaze, which is a very powerful tool. You've got Draco, of course. He's a classic. And you have Kinara, who is the queen of red tier, but she is an epic, and she has quite a bit more power than all of the other reds. So she's really in a class of her own. So in terms of just fleshing out your red tier roster, I would definitely say that Ember is worth your while. Simply because Death Gaze and the low cost of rage is really key. So I'm going to now evolve him. And now we get Cloak as an ability, which is really powerful. And Cloak and Death Gaze together is a favorite combination of mine from way back in the days of Enki. So I'm gonna just keep training him up. I've got plenty of XP on him. I'm not going to evolve him. We'll keep going. Okay.